To start drawing this chrysanthemum flower, you are going to draw a small circle and then a larger circle around this small circle. Don't try to be super perfect. You don't have to. It's a flower, so anything organic does not have to be perfect. And then, of course, after you're done with that, you will join the two circles with these curvy lines that go around the entire circle. So these are going to be the petals of the chrysanthemum that are still closed. So once you were done with these curvy lines, the way I did here, then you can start creating your petals. So you will draw another line on the side, continue with that curvy direction of the line to form the whole petal. And then add more tiny little petals that you cannot see very well inside the flower. At some point, it starts becoming a little bit difficult to see what we're drawing. This is just the sketchy phase of the drawing. So I prefer to just start bringing the fine liner or whatever pen you are going to use. And so then I can erase the pencil lines because it does become a little messy. So we'll finish, or not finish, but we're going to do a lot of this first portion of the chrysanthemum flower before we start with the rest of it, which are going to be the petals that are opened. But I feel like it's better for beginners to finish one part of the drawing first before we continue with the next. So once I erase all these pencil lines, it becomes much more clear what we're doing here. To continue adding a little more petals if you feel like you need to. And this also is a good opportunity to fix any of the petals that maybe didn't look so good. So after you're done with that, then you can trace around the circle with pencil again. So I decided to go for this method in which we just draw simple lines around the circle, and then at the end of the lines, those lines, you will create a kind of like a loop. So it kind of looks a little bit to me like a golf club. And then after you're done with that, then you can create the rest of the petal, the other side of the petal with the other line. I hope that makes more sense as you see me doing it. I know that verbal explanation of all of this might not make a lot of sense if you're just listening to an audio, but it's kind of hard to explain, and obviously it's much easier as you see me doing this. So then, of course, use your whatever pen you were using, or if you're going to use color pencils or markers, that's fine too. So I'm using here a Pigma Micron pen. We'll be switching off between the 005 and the 003, especially for the shading. So once I am done with retracing the pencil lines of the pen, that's when I can erase all those pencil lines, and it's much easier to visualize this flower or how this chrysanthemum is going to look like once we are done with all the pencil lines. Because this phase, we're still in a sketchy phase, so it's just a sketch, not really a drawing, and you just don't know exactly where we're going. But once we start doing the shading and we have only pen lines or the fine liner lines, and no longer those messy pencil lines, it just becomes much easier. So of course, little by little, you can create even more petals. You could even create more petals than I have here. So I'm adding more petals to the areas that are still open or that still have some space for another petal in there. And so that gives a better representation for this chrysanthemum. So I've been using a lot of the 003 Pigma Micron pen for my flowers lately because I really love the look of the this fine liner, and this is the finest one for this brand, and I don't know, it just gives a look like it's silver. It gives a silver look because it's so thin, this fine liner. And of course this takes quite some time, so if you don't want to spend a lot of time on your drawing, and then you can use another thicker fine liner or whatever pen you were using. Obviously the final look of your flower will be different if you are using a different nib of your fine liner, or if you're using another medium altogether, like color pencils or markers. But the concept will be the same. Like even if I was doing this with colored pencils, I would do it the same way, creating those the center of the flower first with the petals closed, and then create the open petals in the same way with the curvy line that kind of looks a little bit like a golf club. And then of course I would add a lot more colors for the shading. Here we are restricted to just black, but of course with color pencils you could play with a lot of different colors to create that effect. Some areas of the petals are very dark and other areas are much lighter. So I know this flower is a little bit intimidating for beginners. It is one of the most difficult flowers to draw, and it's usually because a beginner artist will feel overwhelmed with the amount of petals that are in this flower, and that is normal to feel like that. And I think it's good for any artist in any level of their journey to try something a little more challenging, something that is complicated and that is difficult. But once you try and you learn, it's no longer a challenge. So keep adding more petals as you go if you feel like you need to. I could have added more petals. I decided to leave like that because, I don't know, I thought this drawing was a good representation of a chrysanthemum flower. So I left it as this, but if you want, you can even add more petals uh, around these petals that are open. So once I'm done with the petals, we'll do the stem. I also like to do the stem with hatching and cross hatching technique, and usually leaving one side of the stem completely blank or white, and the other side with the cross hatching. So my leaf came out a little bit whimsical. I could have created this leaf a little more in a more realistic style. But my focus here was really the flower, not exactly the leaf. We ended up with a bit of a whimsical leaf here, but it's still somewhat similar to the real one. And then, of course, your leaf as well, you can shade as much as you want to in various directions. Like I say, I wanted to focus mostly on the flower because it seems to be something that people feel a little bit intimidated to draw. But if you feel like you would like to see a video on how to draw various types of leaves, let me know in the comments. I had recently a video with a few fall or autumn leaves, but I can also do another video with more focus on leaves as opposed to be focused on flowers only. So once you are done with your leaf, you can also add a chrysanthemum bud, and they are super cute. I think usually all the buds for all flower buds are super cute, but this one in particular, it's very round, very I don't know, they're just very cute. So I had to add this. The concept is pretty much the same, except that it's a bit smaller than the main flower. So adding a leaf and a bud to your flower drawing creates a very nice harmonious composition. So try to always add that when you can, just to make your drawing more dynamic and more interesting. And that way you can show the flower in her various phases of life. So you can show a chrysanthemum that is very young or that is still about to bloom, and a chrysanthemum that is already open or that has already bloomed. So I really hope that this video was helpful to you, and please let me know in the comments if you found this chrysanthemum drawing method easier than others you have tried before, or if you have never tried before. Let me know if you're going to try this one. Yeah, so let me know in the comments how your drawing of a very difficult flower is going. It's always nice for me to know how people feel about these drawings. So if you like this video, I think you're also going to like the next video coming up, which is also about drawing flowers. And I will hope to see you again soon. Until then, keep creating, keep drawing, and keep having fun with your process. Bye-bye.